Hey there, quirky folks! Today we're going to talk about another MCU villain who is headed our way. The next 2 years are going to bring several familiar and unfamiliar bad guys. We'll be seeing heroes like Namor and Wanda playing antagonists. MODOK, Kang, and Gore the God Butcher are also going to show up. But then there is the High Evolutionary, who is the villain of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. A few years back, before James Gunn was fired from the project, rumors suggested that Star Wars veteran Mark Hamill was in contention to play this big bad villain. But now, it is more or less confirmed that Peacemaker actor Chukwudi Iwuji has been cast for the part. Well, no one has officially revealed it till now. But hey, do you really think that he is playing some different character? I mean, James Gunn really rates him highly. And Iwuji has gone on record to say that James Gunn really brings out the best in him. So I guess his casting as the High Evolutionary is a done deal. He recently said that his Guardians character is extremely powerful, and is one of the most complex characters we've seen in the fricking Marvel Universe. But really, who is the High Evolutionary? I know that many of you guys may not be aware of Herbert Wyndham, aka the High Evolutionary. But don't you worry, we've got you covered. First, let's look at a bit of his comic book history. He was introduced in Thor issue number 134 back in 1966. Unlike what Guardians Volume 3 makes us think, he has got a very Earth-based origin story. He is an incredibly intelligent human biologist who grew up in England and was originally called Dr. Herbert Wyndham. I know that many of you guys may not be aware of Herbert Wyndham, aka the High Evolutionary. And as we all can make out, he was obsessed with the concept of evolution, and used science to transform humans and animals into hybrids. His scientific experiments didn't just stick to other animals, but he even evolved himself, and that resulted in him having a higher intellect than any regular human. In fact, one can argue that his scientific knowledge even supersedes the likes of Reed Richards, Dr. Doom, Tony Stark, and Hank Pym. His transformation also gave him quite a few powers and abilities, which we will get to in a moment. He became so intelligent that he was actually able to engineer his own replica of Earth, which was called Counter-Earth. This planet was populated with many individuals that he had evolved with his experiments. Over time, he has impacted the lives of heroes like Thor, Black Knight, Adam Warlock, and Spider-Woman. There was a time when he moved to a place on Earth called the Mount Wundagore, which was Wanda's birthplace. Due to one of Marvel's retcons back in 2010, he became responsible for the powers of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Mount Wundagore was populated with the manually evolved beings created by Wyndham, and they were named New Men. One of those was Bova the Cow, who actually helped raise Wanda. The High Evolutionary has been a hero at times, as he was also responsible for Adam Warlock, and even gave him the Soul Stone. He sent Warlock on a mission to defeat one of his best creations, who was a villain called the Man-Beast. That's how Adam Warlock turned into a hero. But despite a few heroics, the High Evolutionary has mostly been a villain due to his knack of playing God with his creations. He has fought the likes of Avengers, the Hulk, Quasar, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. And he even became a cosmic threat, attracting others like the Celestials and Galactus with his work. Now, before discussing his potential role in Guardians Volume 3, let's look at a few of his powers and abilities. Not only does he have a high intellect, but his transformation process even gave him superhuman strength. With his added strength, he became a master combatant and can prove his mettle against any given fighter. He also became highly durable and can withstand attacks from energy beams as well. So I guess Peter Quill's blasters won't really do a thing against him. But he can also cause a serious amount of damage to his opponents, as he can also project energy blasts from his hands. What's crazy is that he has even gained the astral projection ability that Doctor Strange has. You see, he can separate his spirit from his physical form and can survive in this state for an indefinite period of time. He unlocked immortality by altering his own genetic code to achieve eternal life. He can manipulate mass by increasing or decreasing his size. That allows him to grow at max to 300 feet. Giant man who? This guy is the real deal. And then there's the ability to communicate telepathically with others. When this wasn't enough, Wyndham gave himself an added armor that could withstand attacks from beings like Captain Marvel or perhaps the Hulk. Now, I don't think that all these powers and abilities of his will make their way into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. James Gunn might nerf him down a bit. He could be an enhanced individual who wears a special suit of armor, but his specialty would be his creations. He can be affiliated with Aisha, as he might be the one who created Adam and gave him to her. Like the comics, could also be the one to give the name Warlock to Adam.
Adam.
But more than Adam, his biggest creation would prove to be Rocket Raccoon. He was teased back in the first Guardians movie, where Rocket talked about how he was cybernetically engineered by being repeatedly torn apart and put back. So, the true battle would be between Rocket and the High Evolutionary. After all, James Gunn has already stated multiple times that this final Guardians movie would be special for Rocket Raccoon. Since the MCU usually changes things up from the comics, I believe that the High Evolutionary probably won't have anything to do with his Earth-based origins. He may have belonged to some other planet like Hala, Xander, or some new world. And it is here that he would have become obsessed with the concept of evolution. He probably picked up animals and beings from several other planets, including a raccoon from Earth. And then he transformed them into highly advanced talking beings like Rocket, and even his potential love interest Lila. What if he is also responsible for Beta Ray Bill? The Corbinite could arrive in Thor 4 and point the Guardians towards the High Evolutionary. I guess we'll see about that very soon. Okay, that is all for now. Are you excited to see the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Do you think Chukwudi Iwuji would do justice to the role? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!